Good morning. This is your free read update for Tuesday, July 20th. I'm Andy Bush. You can get all my research at andrewbush.com, Bush with a C, like the beard, not the president. And follow me on Twitter at ABUSCH. Hey, this week we've been doing a little bit of a vibe on tech. And that led me to, of course, near Silicon Valley, thinking about things that are going on there. So actually, I did a dive into a lot of Stanford research that's come out recently. And I found some interesting articles there that I think you're going to enjoy. Now, the first one is about the movement of people during COVID. And what these authors did was they took Zillow's information and the U.S. Postal Service, and they found some really interesting things. They found that people moved out of the central business districts in major cities, out away to the suburbs, and out maybe all the way out to the exurbs. They really didn't find that they moved outside of the states, but they stayed within the state, but outside of the city centers. And these are wealthier, higher paid individuals and higher skill sets. So it hollows out the center of these cities, and it takes away their tax revenue as well. It's called the donut effect. I'm sure everybody loves that. But if you get a chance, this is really worth a read, just to give you a glimpse into what commercial real estate's like, why that's been hit so hard. And the big question is whether or not these people move from there to lower cost states. This is something that Mark Andreessen talked about in yesterday's email. So if you get a chance to read his stuff, the authors in Stanford believe that it's not necessarily going to lead to moving out of the states into lower cost states, but really staying within a certain reach. And that leads into a reach of the business, meaning that they could actually go back into work. And that gets into some work from home research. Again, here's Stanford, another article from them on the hybrid of future work. And what they believe is that and the surveys they've done is that people don't want to work 5 days a week in the office, right? So they want it. I think on average it's about 2 days a week that they want to work from home, and just how important that is, because what that means is that people don't necessarily, run away from the cities where this real estate is. It just means they use a lot less of it on a frequent basis. And that's what the challenge is for managers. And one of the points that they make for managers when you're trying to, work on schedules is to not allow people to have the choice of what days to take off, because that's just crazy. What they're suggesting here is, from a logistical standpoint, it's crazy. But what they're saying is look, if you're going to do hybrid, say Mondays and Fridays, people are not going to come in the office, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you got to be there. Right? Or say Tuesdays and Thursdays, people can work from home. Whatever they want to do, how are they development, but just be really consistent. I thought that was pretty fascinating as well. And then lastly, a little bit far afield from that kind of concept of work from home and then people leaving major cities was just a really interesting study, I thought, given how much spending is going on in the U.S. government. And again, this is another research piece from Stanford, and it talked about the changes in Social Security and how back in 1983, they incented people not to take early retirement at 62 or 65 or 67, but they incented them to take it and delay it. And their study looked at who did this. And what's interesting is, and I didn't even realize it, but there's this massive incentive to delay taking Social Security. It's 8% increase per year past the retirement age. And of course, who's doing this? Well, it's exactly the people that you don't necessarily want to take it, because they're the people who are, again, who've made more income over the years, who are able to take that and delay that, and therefore get the bigger payout. And those are the upper income earners, right? And on top of that, what exacerbates the fiscal component of this and makes it worse, and totally goes against what the original intent was that now, because those people earn more money and they're going to get more from their Social Security, they're actually going to get paid more. But the worst part about that is, well, maybe not worst part, that's worse from a fiscal standpoint, is that these people live longer. And that means they're going to draw on Social Security for a lot longer time. And again, back when this was created, back in the 30s, everybody thought, people died, then, men, especially in their 60s, early 60s. Well, now the recent studies in the United States say 69 is the average age, But I would say due to the changes in healthcare and the better medicine that we have, more targeted, I think people will start living to 100. And that really changes the outlook for what Social Security will be, when it will run out of money, and the problems that it has. But this study was fascinating. If you get a chance, again, the URL is there. These are 3 Stanford deep dive research articles that I think you're going to find interesting. I'm Andy Bush. Check out my research at andrewbush.com. Follow me on Twitter at ABUSCH, and have a great day.